Hi, welcome. The following is a video tutorial for how to create your part files for the CANstruction project. On the screen right now, I have a standard Campbell's soup can, and on my other tab here, I have a Kraft mac and cheese box. These parts are really simple to make, and one thing that we can do to dress them up and make them look more realistic is grab an image offline and apply them to these objects as a decal. So that's ultimately what we're going to do to dress these parts up and get them looking a little bit more realistic. And I was able to find all of these standardized dimensions on the internet. I have a website linked in the CANstruction document that has resources for the different can sizes. There's a very standardized approach to sizing of cans, and they're listed by number. So, like a number 300 can or a number 303 can are the most commonly used out there in the packaging world. And so, those are the dimensions I use to create this can. And then the Kraft mac and cheese box, I actually just pulled this up right off of Walmart's website. So if you just Google Kraft mac and cheese dimensions, it came right up on the first website was from Walmart. I was able to grab the numbers from there. So just to kind of review the process for creating this part, first thing is we're going to make a sketch and extrude that. Sorry, I hit play. Let me jog this back here. Just want to go forward one step at a time. We're going to make a sketch of a circle and extrude that up. That's going to get our diameter and the height of the object set for us. From there, I'll make a sketch on top and extrude cut down into that surface on the top there, just to give us a lip, which again makes it look more realistic. And I'd like to do that on the bottom. And I could just make another sketch and flip it over and extrude cut up into the part. But I have the mirror feature, and so I wanted to use that. And down here you can see I put a plane, mid-plane between two surfaces. So underneath construct here, you can do a mid-plane between two surfaces. Just click the top and the bottom, got it right through the center of the part. And then with that plane, I was able to mirror over that extrusion and the cut on the top down onto the bottom. And then just had to make one more plane out in front of the object so that I can put a sketch on that plane and ultimately bring in my image and decal it and wrap it to the face of the can. Same kind of approach for the Kraft mac and cheese box, and except there's even less steps. I just made a sketch back here. If I jog this back, made a sketch for the rectangular shape for the height and the width of the box, extruded it, the depth of the box, and then just made an additional sketch on the front there, brought the image in, and then superimposed it onto the front of the rectangular shape that we have here. In addition to that, you can play around with generating your own appearances and colors. You can actually generate the RGB codes right from these images while you're setting up a new appearance. So that's a whole nother aspect that you can get into just to kind of match the colors and help things look even more realistic. So to begin, let me go back to my soup can demo here, and I'm just going to go File, New Design, and I want to make a sketch on this plane. Grab my circle tool, always use the origin. I'm going to drag out from here, click again to place that, and I'm going to grab my dimension tool, grab the outer edge of that circle, place the dimension, and I'm just going to jump back and forth here and reference my numbers. So if I open up my sketch here, that was exactly a 3-inch diameter. So I'll mimic that on this file, a 3-inch diameter, finish sketch. Now I'm going to want to extrude that up. And so again, just go back over to my other tab, reference my extrusion value here of 4.5 inches. So same thing, extrude 4.5 inches going up, 4.5. And then I will make a new sketch on the top of this surface. Grab my circle tool again. And you could do it this way and dimension it out. And we just want that lip to be about 0.1. Since it was a 3-inch diameter, you can just say 2.9. And that would get you to what you need. Another option is we could just use offset here instead. Grab that outer ring and then offset it in 0.1 of an inch. At this rate, though, I'm just going to finish sketch. And now I'm going to extrude cut that down into the part, just negative 0.1. Make sure the operation is set to cut and it removes it away. There we go. Next, I will create that midplane that we discussed. So midplane, grab the top, grab the bottom, puts a plane right through the center here now, and that would allow me to use my mirror feature. So down here under create, we go to mirror. For the type, you want to set it to features, and the feature would be my extrusion. I'm actually going to grab it from the list down here, and then just switch over to select the mirror plane, grab the mirror plane, and say OK. I'm just going to rotate and see. Should have a cut on both sides now. Very good. At this point, I don't need that plane to be visible anymore. I could turn the visibility off for that and just hide it. And then last thing is I need a new plane out in front so I can bring an image in and then decal it and wrap it to the face. So I'll go to construct, offset plane. Just going to select this plane here and then make sure that my new plane is out in front of the object. Say OK to that. Start a new sketch on this plane. And then this is where you see insert, and you can grab an image, and actually you can just go right into decal with this. So just say insert decal. And you want to find the image, and you just go on the internet, find a good one that works for you, and then download that. I should have it on my desktop. There we go. Campbell's soup label. And then it says, what face do I want to wrap that to? So I'll just select the cylindrical face here. You can see the image goes right into the part. I just have to do a little bit of cleanup here and rotation. So I'm going to rotate that negative 90 degrees as it is. And then I can grab this corner and scale the image out. I just want to try to fit it to the height as best as I can. I notice that it starts to warp the image in certain locations, so I just have to play around with it a little bit, reposition it, drag it up a little more. Just try to get it to fit the part as best you can. And I know on the backside it doesn't really do a great job of meeting the gaps there. If you play around with it some more, as you saw on this example, I guess I didn't show you yet, I do have it meeting on the backside, but there is that line between the image, and I haven't gotten to the point where I can figure out exactly why it does that, but for all intents and purposes, this would be fine. Get a label on there. It's looking more realistic. And then lastly, you just want to set your physical material for this. And so since most cans are made from aluminum, that's what we should apply. Go into the metal folder, have aluminum here. Just going to drag that out onto the part. So now it did change it to a little bit of a brighter gray, and it should now inherit the physical properties of aluminum. This part is done. What I want to do is just say File, Save. As you're getting into saving, make sure that you are part of our CANstruction project folder. And in that project folder, I have 4 additional folders for us, or I will have additional folders for us. I have under CANstruction, if I just click back here, my files for my demos. And then I know we have 2 projects determined already, the grandfather clock and the infinity gauntlet hand. So I have folders waiting for them. We'll get 2 other folders in here for my other groups once they are ready as well. So I'm just going to title this Soup Can Demo Video, just so I remember which one this is. In the correct location, click Save. And for the Kraft mac and cheese box, I don't feel like I need to go through that entire process again. I'll just double click my sketch here and show you what I did. The height dimension was 7.15. The width was 3.52. I finished that sketch. I then extruded it out towards the front at 1.58. Again, those 3 dimensions were right from Walmart's website. I know every box can be a little different, so whichever ones you end up finding and using is what you kind of want to stick with for your design here. All right, after I extruded it, same basic process then. I just made a sketch right on that surface and then brought in the decal, found my mac and cheese image that I liked on Google Images, and that was it. So hopefully this demo helps get you folks started in creating your part files for today. If you do have something that's more intricate than what I've shown, of course, ask and let me know. I mean, anything is possible, right? So we can make it happen. I hope you enjoy the video. Look forward to the next one.